are sitting in front of Smuttynose Brewing Company. This is a facility we finished and moved into in 2014. It's a production facility where we brew and package our beer. Just this year we were certified with a LEED gold level status. When we were designing, and then later when we were actually building this facility, energy-related incentives played a very important part in our decision-making process. Oftentimes we would be faced with choosing between a reasonably good product that could do the job and do it reasonably well, and a much better product that would have cost a fair amount more money. What the incentives did was that they tended to tip the scales a little bit and make it easier to consider the more expensive option. Our high bay lighting in our production areas are all LED lights, and they're controlled by motion detection as well as by external light levels. The alternative to that was a more conventional fluorescent light, and it was a T5 light, which is a fairly energy efficient bulb. The LED lights were quite a bit more expensive, but they were far more energy efficient. One of the more interesting ways we have here in our brewery to save energy is with a device that we didn't have at our old brewery. It's a mechanical separator or a centrifuge. The amount of finished beer that we would get out of a batch was about 80%. What the centrifuge allows us to do is spin that beer out as it transfers from one tank to another, and we're able to recover a lot more usable beer so that our yield now is 92, 93%. So in other words, a lot of energy went into brewing that beer, only to get put down the drain in the second to the last step before packaging. In the course of designing and building this facility, we work very closely with our local utility, Unitil. They proved to be a very good partner in that process, and they brought a lot to the table. But throughout the process, they worked very closely with us, and I think that our goals and our values really became very closely aligned over the process. We expect to continue expanding and upgrading our equipment, and every time we do, we're going to be confronted with many of the same choices we had before. If there's an incentive in place that will take a little bit of the sting out of making that additional investment, we certainly want to know about it. We are on a journey to become more sustainable as a company, and that's a journey that, in my view, is never going to end.